gon' have fun. We be on fire, we be lit. It's a unique hustle.
Check it. This is Unique Hustle. It's your boy ECO, and it's Miss Jamaica in the building with your boy, man. What's going on?
N9ne no Model Wagwan. I want y'all to stop what you're doing right now. Go like, subscribe, follow us on all social media platforms. When I mean all, I mean our Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, you name it, we're on it. Just Google us, Boss Talk Podcast 101. We'll pop up first in line, I guarantee you. But y'all see us on the street and talk about, man, I love what y'all doing. Keep up the good work. How can we be a part of Boss Talk? This is how you can be a part of Boss Talk. Under each and every video, including this one right here in the description section below, there's a link that says join our membership. Click that link, follow all the instructions, and that's how you can see all the exclusive content that y'all been asking us. Where is this? Where is that? That's where it is. You can only be a member to see it. Thank you in advance, and we love you, and don't forget to do it right now.
Man, check it, man. Hey, man, I'm down in here in Kansas City, Missouri, man. Hey, this interview I've been waiting for, and I'm gonna be honest with you. All the people that's watching this thing, man, I know you getting ready for a treat, man.
Yes, sir.
Listen, I'm in Kansas City, Missouri, I said, and you can't come down here unless you do it right, man.
Yes,
my guy, one of the most, man, independent.
Yes, sir.
Stop playing, man. Yes. One of the biggest.
One of the pioneers.
I say the biggest.
Yes, sir.
Stop
yes,
playing,
sir.
man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, my guy, take 9 in
Be
the
humble.
building, man. I'm not trying to hear. You did that.
Yes,
That's
sir,
who you are.
I did.
I can't even play with that, man.
Yes, sir, brother. I
you
appreciate
showed
you.
that
Thank
your
you,
whole
man.
career, man.
Yes, sir.
Because you could have been a lot more in their face.
Yes, sir.
But you always you had this calm demeanor, and you always respectful, bro.
Yeah,
and I thank God for you.
Thank you, brother. I had 3 major deals, and I said, never mind. Start our own. Me and my partner Travis O'Gwen, man. Spanish Music, 2001, put out our first CD.
Man.
But I got to get back into, because I'm the type of person, I want to know you as an individual.
Of course.
Not the artist. So you're born and raised here in Kansas City.
Yes, ma'am.
With your mom and dad in the same household?
Nope, not at all. You know what I'm saying? My mom, my father was in L.A. He's LAPD. He was LAPD.
Okay.
We just put him to rest a couple years ago.
Wow.
R.I.P.
Carlton Cook, R.O.P. Carlton Cook. You know what I'm saying? That's my father. My mom got pregnant with me at 15, had me at 16. I had my Uncle Ike. I had all my aunties. I had my Uncle Ricky. You know, my grandmother had 8 girls and 4 boys, so I was, you know, it takes a village, right? So we had that village.
Okay, but I always wonder about that because I've never been put myself in that position. But although you have a village, was there still something that you felt missing because your dad wasn't there?
You know what?
Looking back now.
When I look back, I never needed anything.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
When I would see him like every time he came in Kansas City. You know, I remember seeing him once when I was 5. I remember he came back in town when I was 14. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I would see him, and it was like seeing a superstar. You know,
because he was so absent.
Well, yeah, you know, I heard stories about it, you know what I'm saying, about his life and how he, you know, was almost a Kansas City Royal back in the day and how he was a Marine, you know what I'm saying, and then
so you looked up to him.
Yeah. So I never looked at it like, you know, a lot of things that I didn't learn because my daddy wasn't there.
Right.
But I never disliked him for it because I knew at an early age that my mom was one of his women. Okay. You know what I mean? And I met all those women throughout my life, you know. And I've never felt the way about Carlton Cook, man. You know, I've always been open. He's always opened it up for me to know my brothers and sisters on that side and everything, good. Man. We all grew up together. You know, we see each other periodically, but we know each other, and we're still together today.
Whenever he did come into town, did you spend time with him? Did he give you anything that you treasure? Because I know you're going to try to soak up as much as you can whenever he did come into town.
Well, when he came into town, I remember vividly when I was 14, he came into town, Atomic Dog was on the radio.
Come on, man.
What I peeped, you know, my family, the Yates family, we Christian house, you know, the Mighty Clouds of Joy and Shirley Murdoch, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I can't think of all the Christian people.
That's fine.
But in my house,
Andre Crouch, wasn't it?
Yeah, Andre Crouch.
Stop playing. I used to be kind of listening to it. There was a time when it said, "Who in the hell left the gate open?" It was a commercial. You remember that commercial?
I walked up on the corner and said, "Who in the hell left the gate open?" Yeah, that was my Yates house. So when my father came, it was Atomic Dog and everything, and I got to see my brothers and sisters. They was more gangster over there. You know what I'm saying? So what I remember about my dad is that he had every nationality of woman sitting on the couch waiting on him while he was upstairs with one, and one would come down crying and the other one would go up.
Wow.
I just sit there and watch. I just sit there and watch, you know what I'm saying? I remember Dad was a player.
That's crazy.
Man.
How many kids did he have?
I'm talking about as me.
Yeah.
I'm Dantes, there's Cortez, there's Carlton Cook Jr., you know, Poochie, there's Maurice, there's Marvella, there's Marcus, you know, Maurice just died, Marcus. Okay. Out in California is James and my sister Mary and Felicia. I think
that's,
you know what I'm saying.
So far.
Yeah, it just keeps on going. You know what I mean? So my dad was all over the place.
Yeah, and was he by himself a lot of those times and just had different women?
What you mean?
Did he live by himself at any time?
We would have the parties at his mama's house. We call it.
Oh, okay.
You know
and all of them came.
Mayma's house, you know what I'm saying?
And all the girls knew each other.
Wow.
I don't know if they knew each other. I can't say if they knew each other, but they weren't happy until they went upstairs.
Okay.
With Cook. Cook was a star.
Wow.
You know what I mean? That's why I made it so big when, you know, a few years back, I was opening up for Kanye in LA, and he lived in San Bernardino, so it wasn't far from where I was performing. You know? So he got to see one of my shows. Me open up. Nipsey was still alive at the time. You know, I saw Nipsey backstage. I saw Joey Badass. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's backstage. It was a big thing. So when it was my turn to go up, you know, they took my dad out to his seat. And after I got off stage, I killed it. I had Hood Go Crazy, you know what I'm saying? I ran around the whole arena, you know what I'm saying, doing Hood Go Crazy. B.O.B. came out and surprised me and did the hook, you know what I mean? It was a big night for me, you know what I mean? And when I got off stage and I went back to my room, they brought my dad back. He said, man, I ain't never seen nothing like that in my life. I said, they ain't either. So I got to show him I was a star. Because I always looked at him as a star. I was like, they love me all over the world.
Man. Yeah, and that's dope to get to show it to him, man.
Yeah.
To get back, because I know how she is. I interviewed with her. I've been with her. I know what she want to do. She's trying to figure it out.
Mm-hmm. So my thing is that, okay, I know that our parents influence us in a lot of different ways, whether they tell us to do something or it's just the way how they walk. We take things. So I know you're married now, but in your earlier years, were you one like your dad that had multiple females?
Oh yeah, all over the world. And I didn't meet my morph until my mid 40s. I'm 53.
That's real.
I'll be 54 in November this year.
Look good, man. Hey, we holding on, man. We holding on. Yeah,
the bald head, he can hide the age real good.
Right. Because if I grow it out, I don't have my hairline like that. It's like all
genetics. He gonna be looking like Chico Bean, man. You know, Chico, right. My boy, man. Shout out Chico Bean.
Go a long way back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
But, you know, I got the ball.
So you did all of that and got all of that out of your system.
I think with any man, and I don't like to generalize, but I think with any, or most men, I say most men, that at a point in your life, ego-wise, you want to see how much you can do and how many you can conquer.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Ego-wise, because sometimes our ego is shrunk, you know, and over the years, I called it, sometimes I used to call it therapy. That's just a cover-up. I just need my therapy, you know what I'm saying? It's like I'm hanging around people who would call it therapy. It's not therapy. For me, I was always looking for something that would really keep my attention for a long period of time, you know what I mean? And so I had a lot of girlfriends, you know what I'm saying? Overseas, here in town, all over the U.S., you know what I mean? So my early 40s, is that Black Walt?
Yeah.
What's up, Walt?
Hi.
Well, you finally made it, huh? You know what I'm saying? Better late than never.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But I think that somewhere in my early 40s, I started meeting my morph. I got a song called I Met a Morph. And what I mean by meeting a morph, I met maturity.
Right, that's what I thought.
You know what I mean? I met maturity.
Yeah, no, I get it.
But what caused you to meet that mature? Because there's always something that happens that triggers that.
Yes. Just the abundance of women saying, can I come back to Kansas City with you? No. I'd like to come to Kansas City to meet. No. Everybody wanted to be the one, and I was looking for the one.
Yeah.
A lot of them wasn't the one, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Until I didn't even know what the one was.
That's what I was wondering.
I got married early on. This was my second marriage. I got married early on when I was 22.
I saw that.
You know what I'm saying?
And you thought I was the one?
Well...
Or can you have multiple ones?
They say you can, but men make up those rules. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I follow my own. You know what I mean? So I know that... You know, in Islam, they say you can have 10, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Polyamory, you can have whatever you want, you know, polygamy or whatever you want to call it. But in my experience, polygamy, and all that don't work because, in my experience, because I've had multiple women, and I know what it feels like to have Valentine's Day for multiple women, and when they find out that they're not the only one, and the hurt and the pain, you know what I mean? And you showing one more attention than the other. I don't care how cool they are, there's always going to be friction. That's my experience.
Right.
I can't say that for Neo. You know what I'm saying? He might be.
I know, because he had.
You know, he got 4. You know what I'm saying? For every man is different. That's why I said I didn't want to generalize.
But I think it might help him because they all know each other. Most men try to hide the different ones separate.
That's cool. Even if they know each other, I feel like going down the line, one of them gonna get more. I'm not saying that for Neo.
Right.
I don't wish nobody no bad energy in their house. You know what I mean? But I'm saying, in my experience, even when they know each other, it's like, nah, Wednesday was supposed to be my day, and you was with that bitch. You know what I'm saying? What you doing Wednesdays more than you doing Tuesdays.
You gotta stick to the code.
You know, you're doing her on Wednesday when she's supposed to be Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? This, that, and the other. So, in my experience, having multiple, in my 40s, my early 40s, I started feeling like I didn't want to share all that love energy with multiple people. And like I was. I had a song called I'm a Player. I said, I'm a player, motherfucker, and I bet I'll never change. That was in 2002. I
tell people all the time, don't ever say never.
Exactly. Evolving.
No.
Evolution happens.
You know, and I, even on the Neo thing, like, I never put a person in a box because I know people are always evolving.
Right.
So every time I see somebody, I don't just stop and just be like, that's who they are. You know what I mean? Because that might be him transitioning right in the front of us.
Yeah, he's changing every second, just like all of us.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So, but it do look dope. You know, if I was a younger dude and seen that, the way he walking through with 3 or 4 and all that, that's what, when we were 19.
It might look dope to you, but to me, I know how much women cost.
No. At 19 and 20,
they still cost.
Yeah, but you didn't care. Your finances,
you were different. No, you go to the movies, you go into.
I'm not gonna do this.
Depends on what you're doing and how much you have.
Yeah,
you 19 year old.
What you doing at 19?
Exactly.
Me?
Yes.
I was kicking at 19.
That me too.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying I had a little money. I didn't have a lot of money.
Exactly. But how many girls did you have? Now that's what I'm saying. Don't come here like you just was chilling. You had the whole thing going back then.
I did, but I couldn't really afford all those women.
No, and I couldn't either.
That's my point. You know what I'm saying? But Neo, you know what I'm saying? He been in the game for a long time.
Man.
Hold on,
he mastered his craft.
But I would think the way how I see generations have changed, I think women in today's society are a lot more expensive than women back then.
No, I'm not going to agree with that.
I'm talking the requirements of some of these.
It was some girls back then wanting stuff too, though.
They wanted stuff, but inflation wasn't like this.
No,
but
that's because the prices went up. But y'all know gas was 99 cents a gallon back then. Things was different, but it still was hard on us.
You could take a woman McDonald's back in the day.
You can't now?
Hell no.
I've been with you 22 years. Y'all got to excuse me.
I'm saying, I ain't ate McDonald's in like 20 years. So if I took a chick today, not my wife, I'm talking if I was still in the game, if I didn't hang my player jersey up like tapestry, I wouldn't be able to take a woman McDonald's, Wendy's, Maybe Chick-fil-A. I don't really know.
You can take it to Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
I'm not gonna play with you, dog. Dog, everybody at Chick-fil-A.
Popeyes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Popeyes, no. She gotta be hood.
On your first date, yeah, you can be hood all day. You take her to Go Chicken Go and you're in the hood, that's gonna be dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoa, that's right in the hood. Go Chicken Go. We all grew up on it.
I saw that in the airport. I'd never tasted
that.
Is it good?
Wait a minute, y'all. If you get a big girl, homie, she gonna let you drive a car still.
Yep.
She gonna let you go to whatever you want to go to.
You know who told me that in '93? Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Always have you a fat bitch.
That's right. So don't come telling me.
Care of you.
She's still here. Don't act like that. She ain't got no money to go get that surgery or none of that. But she's just ready to go out.
We just saying in these days, you gotta spend more money. You know what I'm saying? You ain't taking her to those.
She gotta spend more money. No. Yeah, I'm not gonna play with y'all.
I see these Instagram models, the things that they are asking for and the way how they are. Mm-hmm. They want trips. They want this. They don't just want to go out on a date no more. They want you to take them overseas.
Yeah. You watch Baddies on Zeus?
I try not to, but I've watched it a few times.
You ain't taking Tommy Lee or Natalie Nunn to no goddamn Go Chicken Go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you right.
You ain't taking Biggie.
Some of them big girls ain't going.
You ain't taking Biggie. You know what I'm talking about? Biggie on there. You ain't taking Biggie to no fast food restaurant. They ain't trying to hear it these days.
Man, I like I say, man, I do more of the music part, man. And one of my traditions on here, man, I always call somebody to do something on my show that makes spark for me. And that Fragile, man, to be honest with you, one of my favorite songs.
Yes, sir.
So I want to hear you spit that verse, and I know you know it. Give it to me.
I ain't spit in a long time. Some of the people appointed to give an opinion and never do get it. I want you to come on gobble a Jimmy and die. Need to be given the remedy and why? Critics are really the enemy and can't stand the way they slam today's gifted. Evan Incredible get fanned away with grants to pay. This gem will is scripted, deaf and impeccable. Ride a rhyme and I put everything in a flow. I'm the N9ne, look very mean when I fold. Scribe a line, but he has never been at a show. By that time, it'll be better leaving in the stove. Cause they wrote nothing but lies, quotes stuck in my eyes, amateur writer dissing. He's a beginner and hopes for your demise. Folks, some of the spies never do try to listen. It's real, I'm mad. Clues when you scribble on your pad. How you gonna criticize with a chisel on your ass, sizzle in your ad? You don't really get why I'm so pissed. Understand this. I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. Yes, I'm
fast. Y'all player, man. Hey, man.
Wow.
I do that shit for real.
Man, I love you.
That's hard to do.
Bro,
it is.
The people you pick for your hooks and the way they singing, bro, is different than anything I ever heard. When I was pretty much looking and researching you, I'm like, this dude know how to pick these hooks and make a nigga just sit there, nigga, like a movie.
I've been doing music since 1985, man, and that's 40 years of my life.
That's a long time.
And I feel like I built up an ear for music over the years, you know what I mean? And I got plaques on my wall and all in our buildings to prove it. You know what I mean? Hooks in different genres and everything. That's why when I do, after this 5816 Forest comes out in June, I think we're going to start on a big album called Decorated. Okay. What I mean by I'm decorated, I'm a decorated MC. You know what I mean? I'm talking about songs with Tupac.
Come on, man. I know.
Ice Cube, Scarface.
Everybody.
You know what I'm saying? MC Ren from back then. Then you come into the new generation. I got Kendrick. I got Eminem, I got Wiz Khalifa, I got Snoop Dogg, you know what I'm saying? Lil Wayne, T.I., you know what I'm saying? Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Even on the rock side.
On the rock side.
Slipknot, System of a Down, Five Finger Death Punch, The Doors, you know what I'm saying? Ronnie Radke and Falling in Reverse. You know, it just keeps on going, man. You know what I mean?
You know, what I look at, man, is like you and
Korn.
The way you are, it automatically, the music crosses over, but it also diversifies so much, man. And I think that's what's needed. I think that's something that people couldn't understand how to even do what you're doing, bro.
It's a harder road when you do everything, because in this business, a lot of us want to hear what we like and that's it.
Yeah.
So by me being a multi-type artist that can adjust to any musical situation, if I'm over here doing let's get fucked up, let's get high, let's get drunk, let's get fucked up, we got that weed that ain't no punk, let's get fucked up, big hit in Kansas City.
Yeah. You
know what I mean? If I do anything like that, if I go after that, if I do, don't nobody want to, never ever do a download with a psycho bitch. Better never ever go out with a psycho bitch. You know what I'm saying? Them motherfuckers over here gonna be like, that's Halloween sounding shit ain't what I'm trying to hear. I'm trying to hear this.
Yeah.
So when you're multi like me, you could turn some people off that just want to hear that hood shit from you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I always, throughout my career, I do things to remind people like it's still in me. Exactly. I just got to hear the beats. For instance, when Pull Out came my way, the beat came my way from Goudreau. You know what I mean? I knew it would be that shit that people talking about that love Let's Get Fucked Up.
Yeah.
Or Planet Rock.
Yeah.
Or its own now.
Yeah.
With the 57th Street Road Dog Villains. You know what I mean? I know that music is in that realm. So when we put it out, the hood responded.
Yes, sir.
Black Walt was letting me know. You know, saying that's what they talking about, Tech. I know what they talking about. But to me, even if I turned some people off in the past, for me not to be all I can be musically would really hurt me inside.
Already.
To not be able to express the dark side of me or the religious side of me, the confusion and religious beliefs and all this, if I didn't speak about all that and just stayed over here because that's what my people wanted to hear, I don't think I'd be happy.
Come on, man.
You'd be doing them an injustice.
No.
Yeah. And who's to say I'd still be here if I just stuck to one thing?
Man,
you got people in the industry
and capitalized
too short.
Don't say Too Short, man.
I'm saying Too Short.
Boy, that's my boy, man.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Too Short got his flow.
No, you're right. He
didn't have to veer off and do the but Too Short can veer off and blow the whistle and
Freaky Tail.
Stop playing. You know what I'm saying?
I've been talking about Freaky Tail every show.
So some people can do that one thing that people love and still make that shit work today.
That's real.
But me,
I gotta ask you this. In your earlier days when you were trying to figure out who Tech-9ne was before you became who you are, I'm talking like your flow, who you wanted to be, who influenced you? Because you are so, different from everybody else.
Diverse.
You're not, right, you're so diverse where you don't sound like everybody else. And it was, so that made you so easy to cross over into any genre and to be with whoever. But
I had to
how
grow.
did you figure out that's what you wanted to do?
I had to grow into that. Because when I first started, I wanted to be Ice Cube like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It was like he was bussing on one of them posse cuts.
Wanted? Oh, no.
He was busting on all that, but it was like a posse cut. I think it was the grand finale or something. The nigga said, I'll be what is known as a bandit. You gotta hand it to me when you truly understand. Because if you fail to see, read it in Braille and it still be funky. And what's next of effects of a genius? My rap instead of stopping if you seen this dope. You hope that I don't really mean this. But if plague makes you go a high top fade, that I'm a trademark when I get loose in the dark. You thought it was a test of a different style. It's just another motherfucker on the prowl. I don't know the rest of it, but he was busting.
Yeah. You
know what I'm saying? He was busting. I wanted to be that. So my second verse I wrote was like Ice Cube. It was called Psycho Solo. I was like, I've been mad ever since my date of birth. My mother told me I'll be a threat to planet Earth. Now I'm living up to that title. The black little baby, fuck Billy Idol. The shit's too vital. I say the shit's too vital. That's why they don't play me on the FM. Keep bumping New Breed and fuck them, because they don't know what I know and see. I wish they showed some fucking reality. Tech-9ne with a brand new solo. My attitude's like Psycho Loco, some shit.
Yeah.
Ice Cube, my nigga.
Yeah. Well, that's what I want to say this before you go on. That's the same verse that AK from Do or Die spit because it was impressive to him. Same one. He's got the same one.
No
and
shit.
he said he asked Ice Cube because he brought him out for Big 3.
Right.
He came out singing that part, and he asked Ice Cube, why did you go so hard on that? He say because D.O.C. was on that other verse.
Sir.
He said he was not trying to play with that.
Yes, sir. He killed it.
Wow.
Ice Cube made me want to rap, but D.O.C. when he came out with It's Getting Funky, I'm like, fuck that. Fuck that. I gotta go because I was a dancer, man. You know, when I was in Black Walt in school, we was rapping, but we were dancing though. You know what I'm saying? We was in the talent shows dancing like to Public Enemy. I got so much trouble on my mind. Refuse to lose. Make a brother get wicked. You know what I'm saying? We doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Or drag rap. Come on, I know all them songs. We in the dance contest. You know what I mean?
Man.
So, but when Ice Cube, NWA, and D.O.C. that whole little shit, I'm like, nah. I gotta rap.
You know, during that time you talking about one of ours was Jam On It, man. We
Jam On It, come on, man.
It was a problem.
I was killing niggas to Jam On It.
I know it.
Looking for the perfect beat, all that shit, nigga, I was killing niggas.
And Dana Dane was dope. But Jam On It was the one.
But before Dana Dane was Slick Rick, and Slick Rick
was hard.
Inspired me as well. People don't know that his like Jamaican toasting kind of like flow. Don't worry about a thing, just make sure nobody sees us. We're rich, we're gonna have whatever would please us. You know what I'm saying? That kind of flow made me like,
I just realized that's where you get yours from, because I just noticed that when you say that part, that's how you rap.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So I got to tell Slick Rick, he was asleep at 3 o'clock in the morning. He was about to go on at the Riot Room back in the day here in Kansas City. And I said, man, I gotta get to him and tell him thank you for being one of the people.
Homage, man.
You know what I'm saying? He was asleep in the back, and they let down the window. I said, Mr. Slick Rick, thank you. My name is N9ne. You inspired me back in the day. He's like, thank you. So later after that, some years after that, I was on the Rock the Bells tour, and we was in Jones Beach on the East Coast, and I saw him backstage, and I didn't even tell him who I was. I saw him perform, I watched him perform, I didn't say nothing, but then I did my shit, and everybody's like, who the fuck is that? Niggas don't know they inspired me. You know what I'm saying? I was able to tell D.O.C. a few years ago. He came to my show in Dallas, and I was so giddy when I saw him over there. I had a sold out crowd. It was big, and I saw him over in the VIP. I'm like, holy shit! I got nervous. I'm like, I told my head of security Muggs, I said, man, keep him here after the show. I got to say some things. So after I got out of my wet clothes, went back in the venue, and they was at the bar. I said, brother, you inspired me. I went to my song It's Alive, and it said 1, and then comes the 2 to the 3 and 4. 2000 Tech N9ne is hardcore with a K. You know, even though I was gangbanging on it with a K. You know what I'm saying? He did like this. He said, Tech, I did not know. You know how you talk? I did not know. That's the way he talked. That I had any kind of with what you do. And I'm like, brother, you are a monster.
Man, we told him that on our show, because he's been on our show a couple times, and he don't realize how many people he really inspired. Right. Not just because he probably felt like I wasn't in the game like I should be. Yeah. Because of my accident. It happened and stuff early like on. That. Right. When he was. So but
we heard that first. No one can
do it better.
No one can do it better. We heard all the flows.
That's right.
And we took all that shit. He made us want to rap, my nigga.
And he was the first one really came him with and Cube. That style. Yeah, him and Cube. But that style he had, that flow he had. Yeah. He said on the show, he said something about Cube. He got that one part from Cube, but that flow he got from me.
Yes, sir.
Because he's just showing you his part of how he influenced the culture.
I was blessed to tell everybody that inspired me.
That's good.
Even Public Enemy.
Yeah,
I met Chuck a few years ago. He was here doing a tour with his groups called Prophets of Rage. It's with Be Real of Cypress Hill and Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine. They all got a group together called Prophets of Rage, and I always met Flav everywhere, but I never met Chuck. And I told Chuck, I said, thank you for being the one that showed me power music. Man. He told me, I can't take that from you, Tech, that's all you. I was like, okay, I'm just telling you. So I've been blessed to tell everybody from Ice Cube to Slick Rick to KRS-One to Rakim, all the people that we listened to, you know what I'm saying, and had a hand in Tech N9ne, I got to tell them.
Wow, let me ask you this, like how big was it when, okay, you knew Quincy Jones, he just passed here recently, and that was the start of your career a lot of times, so let's talk about how that whole thing took off. I'm taking you all the way back now.
Yeah, man. Before Quincy Jones deal in '93, I got signed with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis was first.
Yeah.
But I just thought about him because he passed away.
But yeah. You know what I'm saying? Rest his soul. We call him Pops. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I work with his son, QD3.
Okay.
QD3 did beats for me. He did beats for me, Ice Cube, Tupac, D.O.C. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I got on the song with Tupac, with Thugs Get Lonely Too, through QD3.
Wow. And that's why I think Don Juan was was talking about that a little bit too.
Yeah.
That's hard, man. Y'all came up, man.
But Quincy Jones, he heard Mitch Bay. What up, Mitch? Is it an everyday thing for you to act just like a bitch? How does it feel to have a nigga that will kill you for the foul shit you pitch? Number one, bitch, the bitch with a dick. I found the remedy for the enemy. Busted the nigga like shooting at the enemies because bitch, they ain't really no friend to me. Quincy heard that and said, that shit sounds like bebop, my era. I like that shit.
That's hard.
He signed me, dude.
He signed you.
On Mitch Bay.
That's crazy.
Mitch Bay was some ghetto shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I was like, Quincy Jones, like that ghetto shit? Let's go.
Man, I think that's dope. That's how the music does, bro.
Yeah.
We own clothing stores, and to be honest with you, transcending culture sometimes with those brands, it don't matter who you are, what color you are. It's the way the music is. It can go through any avenue, any conduit, and basically get to where it needs to be,
right,
and help influence the people it need to influence.
And we'll
right?
find people, man. Like when you share your art, the best thing to do is to get it out there, man, because you will find the people will find it.
Wow.
But but you touched on the clothing store. But when we did a clothing store, the thing that I didn't like about having I still like it, but what I realized, okay, when you order your brands and we go off of who comes in and shop, but then everybody started coming in no matter what color you are, but you'll have the selected few like, and these are friends, okay? So
they went for free.
No. So they're very open as in like what they say with me, right? So some people will be like, okay, is that black clothes or is that white clothes? Like the ethnicity. So is that the same thing where music is concerned? People feel like, oh no, that's black folks' music, that's white folks' music, that's this.
Oh yes.
You know?
Oh yes, man. I had a lot of it, you know, in the past when I would do anything rock and roll, and the motherfuckers who like Mitch Bade and Let's Get Fucked Up, like, man, that's that white shit he doing. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. But man created barriers. Man created what they think black people like, or black people might define it. I might define it. I don't like to generalize, but when they say that rock and roll is for whites, when Chuck Berry would tell you a black woman inspired all that, Sister Rosetta Tharpe, if you don't know that, you're going to think rock is just for white folks. And hip hop, R&B, gospel or whatever, and jazz is supposed to be for black folks.
Right.
To me, I had everything with my family. I had gospel music in the house. I had rap next door at the Reese's. I had Elton John and all those other type of music makers with my Uncle Ike, because he worked at the school board, you know what I mean? He would bring, you know, other music in the house, you know what I mean? So I had it all early on, but man creates barriers. I say, fuck the barriers. Let's just do good music.
Exactly.
Let's just do good clothing, and whoever fucking want to wear it, wear it. Now, I made a song for the Kansas City Chiefs called Red Kingdom, okay? Donald Trump was having indictment trial. What was it? It was one of those I words, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, indictment, or I forgot what it was. And they played my song on that trial, said it was a fight song. I made that song for the Chiefs, but people on the Republican side took it over and said this hook, Red Kingdom, is for our side. So what I learned is that once you share art, people buy it, they get it, and they interpret it in whatever way they want. You know what I'm saying? So when my kids called me like, Daddy, you gotta say that you don't agree with that. And I was like, no, I don't.
Right.
I don't know them motherfuckers.
Exactly.
They bought that shit.
Right. They gonna do whatever they want with it.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, if you listen to my music, you know where I stand. Right. I stand with love, and I don't stand with divisiveness. You know what I'm saying? So if that's that, you can't. You definitely.
I gotta say this. It's pertaining to that, but I'm gonna say this statement. You tell me if you agree with me or not. It just came to my mind. Is it that it's Americans who caused that division, whereas music and clothing and stuff is concerned? Because when I think about what genre of music that don't have that problem, I think about reggae, because reggae, nobody look at it as a black folks, genre, or a white people genre. So
Bob Marley was mixed.
Right. So is it an American thing?
I would say Yes, because when you go overseas to the UK and everybody, we were just talking about it earlier, me and Sean on the way here, how R&B music is revered over there. And if you watch in Colors Studio, you see all these different shades of people doing R&B and blues. And I'm like, whoa. And over here, R&B ain't like it used to be. I just went to an R&B show with Genuine and Maya and High Five and Troop and meet me at the altar in your white dress.
Come on, man. Come on, Jagged Edge.
Jagged Edge.
You know, I'm going to get married soon.
All them. And it was good to see all my people there, but it was not sold out. If they do that overseas,
it's gone. It's over.
Right. Where did R&B begin? You know?
Everything began in Africa. They say life began in Africa. So,
okay, because a lot of people was like, "Oh, R&B started here in the United States."
You know that Mississippi and blues and all that. Slavery,
everything started in Africa.
Oh, see,
a lot of things started in Africa. I agree with that part, but that's a loaded statement you're doing right there. You know damn well we got a little bit over here and did some stuff a little different because of the way we were driven.
Let me tell you,
the slavery was pulled out of these folks, man.
But everything we've done, I don't know if you believe this, but it's been regurgitated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nothing new under the sun.
Exactly.
I got you.
All around the world,
same song.
You know what I'm saying? Shit, the signifying monkey.
Oh, that's Rudy Ray Moore.
Before him, I'm talking about in Africa.
Oh, the real signifying monkey.
He told you, way down in the jungle deep. The signifying monkey stepped on a bad motherfucker named Dolomite's feet or something like that.
Way down in the jungle.
But he's tell you the signifying monkey was way down in the jungle in Africa, my nigga.
Yeah, I know.
So it was the dozens,
which
they call it ciphers. You know what I'm saying? All this hip hop shit.
Yeah.
Everything started in Africa. Sorry and shit.
Man, I wanted to ask you about, was it Hot 97 where you had that interview that you had? Let's talk about it. ICP. I want to ask you, do you regret doing that?
Hell no.
Because you it's kind of like you spoke your truth, but it rolled. When I researched, it rolled.
I didn't know that it was a crime for me to tell the world what goes on this private property.
I get it.
I didn't know. I'm like, nigga, we went there the first year and they had drug bridge and they had bitches in the raw dog tent.
You was excited.
They thought I was talking down. Nigga, we had fun. We didn't go in the raw dog tent because we don't raw dog bitches.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? We didn't go in drug bridge because we didn't do, well, I did some drugs. not them kind of drugs. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never did no heroin, no coke, and nothing like that. It was ecstasy or shrooms, you know what I'm saying? I was on it, you know what I'm saying? But, I was just talking about it like it's the craziest party and the dopest shit I've ever seen. But I guess I didn't say enough for my Juggalo family. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because they came in 2003 on Tech N9ne when I went on that first tour with ICP. You know what I mean? And a lot of them took me as their own.
Yeah.
And I loved them for that because it added to my fan base. You know what I mean? Tech N9ne started in the hood. You know what I mean? With the new breed, with Black Walt.
Black Walt, I know, yeah.
He produced it. That's in the hood. That's 55th Street, my nigga.
Yeah.
In the basement with DJ Bop. You know what I'm saying? So that's a blood nigga from 37th Street from nigga that moved in our neighborhood and he does music too. You know, this is the hood. Tech N9ne started in the motherfucking hood, got named by a motherfucking gangster named Black Walt, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So when I say that it started with the gangsters, you know what I mean? And then the college kids in the suburbs and, you know, the kids in the suburbs and then the metalheads and everybody that started getting a whiff of me being diverse, you know what I mean? And then in 2003, after I went on the tour with Jay-Z, NERD and Nappy Roots and Hoobastank and 311 in 2002 on the Sprite Liquid Mix tour, I was killing shit on that tour. You know what I'm saying? And then in 2003, I went on, the ICP invited me on their tour with Bone Thugs and Harmony and Cottonmouth Kings and them and Esham and all the people. You know what I mean? So they had to see that I was making noise in order to say, okay, how much we got to pay to get Tech N9ne on this tour? You know what I mean? And whatever they paid, it was right. We learned a lot on that goddamn tour with merchandise and how they move. We never seen a show like ICP. Taught us a lot. You know what I mean? I guess I didn't say a lot of that on the fucking Hot 97 with Ebro and Paul. You know, Peter Rosenberg.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was just talking about how excited I was about the shit that was going on at the gathering. You niggas sound like, nigga, you just bitches. They like, and then they got on there like, we don't know anything about a fucking drug bridge or a raw dog tent. I'm like, so I'm lying, my nigga? Why would I talk down on people that help me? You know what I'm saying? So if the makers of the Juggalos have a problem, that means the whole Juggalo family have a problem. So motherfuckers were sending me death threats and shit, and I'm like,
wow, it got that serious?
Fuck yeah, because they love me.
That's right.
So if Violent J say Tech N9ne didn't say, he didn't give us enough love on the fucking, that's all he had to say. He didn't even say nothing bad.
Right.
He didn't show us enough love when they asked him about the fucking Juggalo.
Oh, he was on it. He was on it. He was on it.
You know, I don't regret anything I said because what I say is fact. And I never talk down on anybody or any crew or anybody that ever helped me. I don't talk down on motherfuckers. I don't know, you know, I don't talk down on motherfuckers, period.
Yeah.
But they felt like it wasn't a proper representation of their gathering of the Juggalos. And I get that. I didn't know.
Right.
That shit was supposed to be on the under.
Yeah, yeah.
And maybe they know. Maybe they don't know about Drug Bridge and fucking Raw Dog Tent because they weren't out there in it. Well, I used to see them out there in the crowd, you know what I'm saying, every once in a while, you know what I'm saying? But maybe they missed it. You know what I'm saying?
But they should have had you sign something when you got there so you know that, okay, I shouldn't be talking about this.
No. It was nothing like that. I'm talking about a party I've never seen nothing like.
Okay,
I've been to fucking raves all my years in my drug days. This shit is something,
next level.
Is otherworldly, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I guess I didn't say enough on there. But Ebro and them, they don't know my music like that. So they kept comparing what I do to ICP. I'm like, nigga, don't do that. This is what I wanted to say. And I'm like, no, they showed me some shit, but nigga, I'm an artist.
Right.
I'm fucking rap like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows it. All the big motherfuckers that really rap, from Jay-Z to J. Cole and Eminem and Kendrick and Wayne and T.I., they all know this nigga crazy. 2 Chainz, when he see me, he say, "What's up, rapping ass nigga?" No, he say, "What's up, good rapping ass nigga?" That's what he say every time you see him.
I want to say this, man. Maybe it's because they don't know about 55th. Is it 55th?
I had to
They
tell.
don't know. They don't.
Well,
but if they don't know, they ain't gonna understand because they don't know they should have did their research.
That's what I'm saying.
I get you.
They don't know. They don't know about my story before 2003.
That's what exactly.
And some of the Juggalos said, "Shit, I was on your shit on Angelic 2001. I didn't fucking know." You know what I'm saying? We started seeing the Hatchet logo at our shows maybe in 2002. You know what I'm saying? We were on this one, like, people were asking me, "Is that you on their shirt?" Because the wild hair I had. So I said, "No, that ain't me. That ain't me. That ain't none of our shit. I don't know what that is." So in Lawrence, Kansas, we've seen it on that whole tour. They would always be the Hatchet man wearers. They would be, which are the Juggalos. They would be the first in line at the front of the venue, sitting on the floor, you know, waiting like 2 o'clock in the day. You know what I'm saying? And the doors don't open till 6 and 7. Nigga, they right there. You know what I'm saying? So toward the end of the tour, Lawrence, Kansas, I finally wanted to, because everybody asked me, "Is that you on their shirt?" The whole tour. I'm like, "It's not me. I don't know what the fuck it is." So I got out the van when we made it to Lawrence. I said, "Hey man, what is that?" They said, "It's Hatchet gear." I said, "What the fuck is that?" He's like, "Oh, we're Juggalos." I said, "What the fuck is that?" They're like, "We're ICP fans." Holy shit, I know ICP. Wow. I had to find out from the fans in Lawrence, you know what I'm saying, in 2002.
What about like when you see now, like even you see the ICP, you see them, the guys, they go on the podcasts and they talking about the time. That's one of the main subjects that I seen when I start researching it. Yeah. It keeps circulating right now. Yeah, like every time somebody asks,
everybody want to know.
That's why I asked you, because I'm like, I want to make sure that I develop this in a way where it is now.
We're in a content-driven era.
Okay.
Where clicks get a lot of attention.
Yeah.
So that story on podcasts and everything is something that will get people to listen. You know what I mean? I don't hate it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pure and I speak truth, and I try to be as fair as I can when I'm speaking. The Juggalos helped me a lot throughout my career, but a lot of them think that they made me. And we made this shit in Kansas City, Missouri. This shit was made in Kansas City, Missouri, and started building. Then it got the attention of the clowns.
And you guys, but since then you guys patched everything up. Or it's
of course.
And we've gotten older now. Yeah, so at the end of the day, you feel like, okay, all right, where I'm at now, we know that was years ago, right?
Well, the shit keep coming up.
It keep coming back.
You know what I'm saying? Lately they say, I told him about my face paint, how I first got my face painted in '94. You know what I mean? Early on, they thought that I wasn't painting my face on that tour because I wasn't painting my face. And, that was just, they didn't know. They didn't know. So me and Violent J, we talked on the phone. I talked about what gang hood I came from. And I'm like, I don't want this to turn into something fucked up for all of us. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's just music. Music is everything, don't get me wrong, but it can go haywire with niggas talking about each other on songs and shit like that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We've seen it happen with Tupac, Biggie, and still going on. You know what I'm saying? We're losing a lot of MCs in Chicago.
Come on, man.
It's just what you say will return to you. So when I'm talking in these things, which I don't do a lot of because of clicks, you know what I mean? People say something else, you know what I mean?
They can they'll switch up your words and all, and they'll make documentaries.
Yes, sir. I try to be fair and exact about everything I say because I don't want motherfuckers coming back to me like, you said that we didn't make you. I was like, I meant that shit, nigga. We made N9ne in Kansas City. You know what I'm saying? And you guys fucking put the whoop on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I love them for that.
No, I think you, like I said, you definitely, where you at now, and I think your legacy is proven, the face paint and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. You did all of this stuff, man, and you definitely created a different wave than any brother I know.
Early on, man, when I dyed my hair red and shit like that, motherfucker was telling me I look like Eve. Motherfucker said that it was feminine, and I'm talking about niggas in my hood.
No.
You look like Eve. Nigga, we don't... You know what I'm saying? But my hood is red, nigga. I'm going to turn my hair red and I'm going to have a red crown. I'm going to be the big blood rapper. You know what I'm saying?
I want to ask you about Lil Wayne, and I want to ask you about Eminem before I get you off here.
Okay.
But I want to ask you about Lil Wayne and you visiting the prison. That was I thought that was cool. When I started researching, I seen that because I've been through a lot, and to think of you visiting somebody that you never met before, I thought that was wild.
Out of all the people Wayne could have said that he wanted to work with when he got out of prison, he said, when Funkmaster Flex asked him, who you want to work with when you get out? He said, I want to work with my man Tech-9 and Andre 3000. Man, the world started hitting my phone. You hear what Wayne said? I'm in the studio like, what you talking about? What Wayne say? They say he want to work with you. I said, Wayne? Want to work with my crazy ass? Nah. So they showed me the clip, and I was like, holy shit. So I had a press week coming up in New York. So my head of security, OG Muggs, Inglewood, OG Blood, got with Fat Joe and Macho and all them motherfuckers down there, my red homies down there, and they got with Wayne, and I said, I want to tell him thank you for even thinking about me. So me and my partner Travis was up there. The first day we tried to go, they said it was a prison riot and we had to leave. Second day, we came back, got in there, we talked for 3 hours, man.
That's hard. That's the part.
And that nigga told me, and that nigga, I didn't know what we was gonna talk about. I'm like, what am I gonna say? I just want to say thank you, bro. And then we start talking about, man, I heard your shit the first time on the Gang Related soundtrack, Tupac. And
that's hard.
On 98, I was like, damn.
He's been listening to you a long time.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it just turned into all kind of shit. Even talking about T.I. coming up there and, you know what I'm saying, and Kanye performing for him up there, a whole album for him, you know what I'm saying, acapella, you know what I'm saying?
Bumping into him today, like, how's the energy? Everything still fly?
I got him on my new.
Let's talk about it, man.
I got him on my new 5816.
Yeah,
Forest.
yeah. I'm about to ask you about that.
JPZ and Black Walt did the beats called Yoda.
What?
Called Yoda. And Wayne, I sent it to him while I was on this Falling in Reverse rock tour, you know what I'm saying, last summer. And his new manager, Fabian, we call him Fade. He's like, send it to me, Tech. I said, I hear Wayne on this hook, man, and you know, Wayne never did a video out of all the songs we did. I gotta shoot a video with Wayne. The culture gotta know that we got some shit, yeah. My nigga. We got so many songs together. We never did a song, you know what I'm saying? Never did a video, you know? And so I said, this is the one. I said I wasn't gonna ask Wayne no more because Wayne never did no motherfucking, Wayne never took it to the hilt, you know what I mean? And I don't want to keep asking my brother, you know what I mean? And I sent it to Fade, and Fade called me back like 3 days later. I was in Chicago writing up in my hotel, and he said, man, I just got cussed out. I said, what you mean? He said, Wayne said, if you don't send me that motherfucking song with Tech-9, man, he said, we've been busy, Wayne. And he's like, fuck that.
Wow.
Send me that shit. Nigga, send that shit right back. It's perfect.
So what can we, on this new album, what can we expect?
And when can we expect it?
Okay, 5816 Forest. June 13th, it's coming. It's the most different album I've ever done in my life. You know what I'm saying? Inspired by Black Walt, because he said, man, our people want to hear that gritty shit that you did with Let's Get Fucked Up and Mitch Bade and this, that, and the other, you know what I'm saying? But they want to hear it, and I know your fans want to hear it with you on all the verses and no people rapping with you, no features.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And I always thought when fans said, we want an album with just nobody on the features, just you on the verses, I always thought they'd be boring as fuck.
Wow.
Boring as fuck.
And how do you feel about it now?
So as I got into it, I fell in love. I was like, holy shit, this is not boring as fuck. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So what it turned into, 5816 Forest, is my audio series with 17 episodes about my life on 5816 Forest from age 12 to age 17 when I ran away from home on a quest to become Tech-9.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So all this shit is in order from when I was 12, when we moved into the house. My mom married a Muslim, my Christian mom married a Muslim, Abul Hassan Rasul Khalifa, and he moved us in the 50s where the Bloods was, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that. And all the shit that happened at school and in between from 12 to 17, this is what 5816 Forest is. All the production done by JPZ, KC, you know what I mean? Hardcore mob shit on there, man. I love it so much. I love it so much, man. I've never heard me like this, but it's reminiscent, and the beats are reminiscent. They're brand new, but they're reminiscent of that fucking era where I started.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think that's gonna be love, man. I can't wait, man. I gotta ask you this, man. When you went and prepared for the Eminem, I gotta go to Eminem. Mm-hmm. Like, when you got him on your verse, was it when I talked to Bun B, he said when him and Jay did Big Pimpin', it wasn't fair to Jay because he was going there to out-rhyme him, right? Mm-hmm. He was going in to get him, but Jay, it was a popping song. It wasn't even like that. Yes. But if you listen, Bun say he was going in on him. This from the rap to know he was going in. So I just want to know, like, when you did that with him, like, was it a thing where you was looking at your verse like I gotta bring it, or were you just kind of like just doing you?
I got Midwest Choppers 1 that came out on MLK, you know what I'm saying, Misery Loves Company. I forgot what year that was. It was a really long time ago. I had Midwest Choppers 2 on another album with Crazy Bone on it, and
he ready to go.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay. Crazy Bone and K Dean on it. You know what I mean? I had Worldwide Choppers. After the first 2 Midwest Choppers, I had Worldwide Choppers with me, Twista, Busta Rhymes, Yellow Wolf, and all kind of choppers all over Kansas City and all over the world, from like Denmark and Istanbul, just all the people together. It's platinum without no video. So after Worldwide Choppers, I wanted to do another one, but the beat had to be big as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So I think I might have seen Django or something come out, and that part when he's shooting everything, and Richie Havens come on, freedom, freedom. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. I'm like, that's insane. I love that. When I left that movie, I said, Seven, we gotta fucking redo Freedom, but call it Speed'em, my nigga. Bam, bam, you know what I'm saying? Just pay homage to Richie Havens because he had just died, you know what I'm saying? His estate and all his family said yes. With the publishing and all that kind of shit, they could have said no, you know what I'm saying? They did that. So I did my verses. I did my intro verse, then I did my last verse. Now, Kris Kaliko said, I got to get part of that, my brother Kris Kaliko. So Kris Kaliko did his verses before me. I didn't want to hear Kris Kaliko's verses because I didn't want to be influenced. So I did both my shit, you know what I'm saying? I'll do the intro, then I do the last part. I'm the fury, the final flight, I'm flipping on fraudulent fellas, fulfilling fright, I'm flicking on fire, finishing when the flow and flight, feminine fakers fall, I'm flogging the foe with a fife. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing all them F words and shit because I know I want to send it to Eminem, you know what I'm saying? So I got to do my shit. You know what I'm saying? Sing, I got to do everything. I sent it to M. 5 months went by, that shit came back. You know what I'm saying? I guess he loved the beat. I've been wanting to work with this motherfucker for 10 years. I chose the right beat. Richie Havens, Kris Kaliko killed it. I did the intro and the last verse. I sent him 16 bars just like us. That nigga did like 38, 32, 36. I don't fucking know what he did. He went. You know what I'm saying? Made me feel good.
He killed it, man.
Made me feel good. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Made me feel good. He always give me shout outs and shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's
about
low.
being one of the top MCs. Ah, man. It just, you know, a lot of people talk shit about Eminem. Niggas don't listen to it or whatever. You know, that's cool. But technical rhymers, we know who do the shit.
Do it for real.
We know.
Last question. Top 3 artists of all time, dead or alive, any genre.
Damn.
Any genre.
Why y'all gonna do me like that?
Do everybody like that.
Everybody get it.
Damn.
Any genre.
Any genre.
Any
Dead
genre.
or alive.
It could change somewhere down the road, but right now.
Damn. That's fucked up. Tech N9ne.
Okay.
Die line.
No, give me some more.
Tech N9ne. I love Tech N9ne because I get to tell him what the fuck to say. You know what I'm saying? I get to tell him how to dress and how to smell, all kind of shit.
That's
you know
hard.
I love Tech N9ne because I created Tech N9ne to be the MC that can adjust to any musical situation, and it turned out that way. I love Tech N9ne for that. I listen to my shit all the time. I always go back to the old shit, and I'll be like, God damn, I wonder if motherfuckers miss that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, we love it, man.
You know what I'm saying? I love Tech N9ne so much, man. It's like I'm such a fan of Tech N9ne because he never lets off the gas, man. He always trying to impress people with his vocabulary, his mental, everything. I love Tech N9ne that he can go open up for Kanye in LA and then the next day fly to Mexico City to do fucking Knot Fest with Slipknot, man. I love
Ain't
Tech
nobody
N9ne.
touching Tech N9ne when it come down to his.
Tech N9ne can come back and work with Scarface on Pillow Talking,
Texas,
and then work with Gary Clark Jr. on some blues shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's hard.
No
man.
gun control. I love Tech N9ne so much.
You gotta watch him. He's
like,
pulling up out of that top
I know.
3.
He's trying
Nigga.
to get away from it. I know what he's doing.
No. I'm just saying Tech N9ne is one. You know what I'm saying?
Tech N9ne is
You know what I'm
hard,
saying?
bro. No doubt.
Tech N9ne is crazy.
Number 2.
Man, number 2. Shit, so many artists, man.
I can tell you whatever the majority does.
They're gonna say Tupac, Biggie, and all that kind of
And
stuff.
Michael
I get it.
Jackson. They gonna say
Michael
Mike.
Jackson, Prince, and Tupac.
Damn, Tupac is in there, huh? Yeah. No, Tupac is in
He
there.
is
Okay,
in there.
so-
Ain't
Because
no
I was
doubt.
thinking Tupac after Tech N9ne, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
But
so he's your number 2. Who's your number 3?
damn.
Any genre.
That's the part throw you off when you say any genre. You got
Damn.
over it up.
Nah, I'm gonna say Tech N9ne, Michael Jackson for real. I used to do Michael Jackson when I was young on the plaza, down here on the plaza, right here on the corner up here. My uncle Ike would take me out here with a hat, and I would do my Michael Jackson. I'd be doing my shit.
Wow.
So thanks for saying Michael Jackson, because I wouldn't even think of that. You know what I'm saying? Tech N9ne.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
The Tupac? No. That name you said, the whole weight. It was
Tupac, Michael Jackson. I mean, on the Tech N9ne, Michael Jackson.
Some people say James Brown.
No. A lot of these niggas, Ice Cube inspired.
Yeah, he bad.
A lot of these niggas, Ice-T inspired. Ice-T was inspired. Ice-T was inspired by Schoolie D from his flow and early Ice Cube, Schoolie D. You know what I'm saying? Much love to Schoolie D. I'm going to say Tech N9ne, Michael Jackson, and Ice Cube, man.
Okay.
Sorry,
that's all right, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, man, I'm going to have to get you out of here, man. Definitely thank you for coming on the show, man.
Thank you, brother.
How can people get a hold of you? You know, they already know you Tech N9ne, but let's say it for the camera. The world, man. So,
if you want to find anything Tech N9ne, www.therealtech9.com. You can find all that kind of shit, merchandise, all my music, you know what I mean, all my tour dates, everything, you know what I mean. On IG, I'm The Real Tech N9ne. On Facebook, I'm Tech N9ne. I don't know what I am on Tupac, not Tupac, but what's it called, that shit? TikTok.
TikTok.
Man, I don't know what I am on TikTok. I ain't never on it, but and I ain't never on X, Twitter, none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I have a team, you know, that they post all my shit on there. You know what I'm saying? But I usually spend all my time where I got 3.6 million followers on Facebook, Tech N9ne.
Already.
I have an Aaron D. Yates Facebook too, but ain't nobody over there, so I ain't never. I talk to all my people. You know.
I just want to say, man, give me basically the promise that if you come to Dallas, Texas, you come by my store. They've been there 20 years, and give me an interview at my spot.
I'll give you an interview, and I'll buy some clothes.
It's been there 20 years.
Brother.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
if you come to Dallas, you got to come by the hub base for me. It's been another great segment of Boss Talk 101. We love you, Tech N9ne.
Thank you.
Boss Talk 101, where the bosses talk.
And we out.